the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Please punch that like button on your way in the building. I hope everybody's doing good this morning. Listen, this stream is being powered by BetUS. BetUS is giving you the opportunity to receive a 125% bonus for your first 3 deposits. No longer your first deposit, but your first 3 deposits using code JOIN125. The link is in the description of the video, ladies and gentlemen. Take advantage of that opportunity with BetUS, who has 24/7 customer service just in case you have any issues. And also they have 24-hour fast and easy payouts. All right. BetUS has more than just the sports book. I know we're all sports football fans, but it's more than just the sports book. They also have the casino, the live betting, the racing. You guys saw me last time. You know, I pulled up the casino. I got into some single hand blackjack for fun. And your boy, you know, wasn't on top of his game on it. All right. We're going to basically see if, you know, I can rebound this morning and get a few W's in here. I don't know. Let's see. All right. Let's see what's up. All right. Ooh, 11. See, that's where you double down blind. Oh, 21. That's what I do, baby. That's what I do. Oh, man. Listen, and this is a free game, ladies and gentlemen. You don't always have to put the money on the table if you don't want to. All right. bust out that time taking chances. All right. So yes, BetUS has the casino as well. If you like blackjack and all of those type of things, bust hard. I'm gonna take chances and split 20. And I won twice. So make sure you check it out, ladies and gentlemen. BetUS is not just a sports book, but the sports book odds are up if you want to take advantage of it. The NFL futures are up, and some of you guys are NBA fans. You know that's running too, and they have that available as well. So take advantage of it and have fun. Make sure that you bet responsibly, and also it has information if you have any problem with addictions or gambling or anything of that nature. They have resources that can help you as well. All right. BetUS, official sponsor of TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. All right. So here we are. Wake up. Good morning. Good morning. We're a little later this morning because I did have a doctor's appointment this morning. And I'm sitting there, taking the kids to school. And the wife like, you ready for your doctor's appointment? I'm like, oh, man, I forgot all about that. So we hurried up and did that. And I got here as soon as I possibly could. But here we are. Morning show. We want to continue to pick up where we left off. A lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. In the most recent news, I don't know if we talked about it yesterday, but Tyreek Hill looks like he's in a little bit of a pickle again, dealing with the lawsuit. This one's a little weird to me, just given the circumstance, but it's still foul play by Tyreek. He got to be better, man. Tyreek just got to make good decisions. So he got himself in a little bit more, trouble. Basically, he, getting my water in every day, y'all. But basically, he was doing football drills or something like that with a woman in his backyard. And according to reports, this is all alleged, I guess. According to reports, she was, handling her own. Tyreek wasn't getting the better with her in the football drills. I don't know what's up with that. But he became angry in the process, and she's claiming that he did a drill with full force at her or something like that, and literally broke her leg or fractured it or something out of anger. So now she's suing him for that whole situation. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. But if it is true, better cooler heads gotta prepare. Well, gotta dang, prevail. I don't know why I had a brain fart just now. Cooler heads have to prevail. So Tyreek, man, I don't know. We'll see how this one turns out, if it even becomes a big issue. I think it's another situation of write a check. Let's move on. But yeah, that came out. Someone said, why is your volume sound too low, my brother? Oh, I'm sorry. Is it too low, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know in the chat. It's just when I listen to my playback, it seems so loud. So I brought the volume down a little bit. My playback seems so loud. So I decided to bring it down. So y'all let me know in the chat, is this an appropriate volume where it doesn't sound like I'm screaming all the time? Or do I need to bring it up a little? Let me know in the chat. Or maybe you're just so used to me yelling that you're probably like, hey, what's wrong with TD? Hey, that volume, bring it back up. I don't know. Carlos said, sounds good. Cool, Carlos. I take Carlos' word for sure. All y'all say you're good, perfect, good. Because the other morning, like 2 days ago or something, I had like an echo. It was because I was in my formal dining room trying to do like a podcast setup, and I had my nice background, all kind of realistic stuff, with my plants and all my not plants, but like palms and all that type of stuff. But I realized I can't do it because in my formal dining, I kind of get the echo of the house. So, I decided to move everything back in my office. And for the podcast to start out, I put up my, green screen to have my digital background. And, as time goes, as God continues to bless you, boy, I'll have a perfect place that has the right insulated sound and stuff for it. All right. But that's good, man. All right, cool. I can hear your nonsense loud and clear. Listen, to a side hotline. All right, let's have an intervention. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that's finna listen to this mess for about 3 minutes right now. But to a side hotline, let's have an intervention, bro. What's wrong? What's wrong, bro? What's up with you, man? Are you okay, man? Listen, if I've hurt you in any way, I'm sorry, bro. I am sorry. Man, you religiously go around on every platform and everywhere that I'm located to just hate on me, man, and talk negative and come at me. So, I don't mind it. I kind of think it's funny, but if I really hurt you or something like that, I'm sorry, bro. I apologize. Forgive me. I don't want no bad blood between us, man. Listen, listen, two is the GOAT. Does that help? I don't know what you want me to say. All right. Just you and Dan Mitchell. What is it? You know, what is it? What is it about me and Dan Mitchell? I mean, do you hate us that much? I mean, I saw you yesterday on the huddle. I'm like, man, come on, bro. We don't have to do this, man. I mean, I don't want to go there. I just want peace. Let's have peace, bro. I'm not, into blocking and doing all that extra stuff if I don't have to. Let's just have peace, man. It's not that serious. It's just football. Tua's the GOAT. He's the greatest to ever do whatever you wanted to have been done that he's done. Whatever. Does that help? Man, I mean, and let me say, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I could easily just block you and be done with it. But the vitriol and the attacks, it's like something personal. It's something personal. And I'm like, I don't want to leave, any stone unturned. I don't want no bad blood over my opinion. Man, he said, at least you don't let me get in your feelings and block me like Mitchell. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but what's the purpose, man? I mean, what's the purpose? Like, I just don't get it. Like, if there's like this disdain that bad, why do you even watch? Is it just like a mission to take me down or something? I don't know. Never personally attacked you. Stop with the nonsense. Stop, bro. You don't have to cap. You do personally attack a person when you're trying to um try to influence the way that they provide for their family. You were all on BetUS yesterday. I don't know why you BetUS you have these three clowns. You need better hosts than saying things like BetUS, can I send you a video of TD not even explaining the odds correctly and stuff like that? Bro, at the end of the day, that's personal. That's trying to impact somebody's way of living and stuff like that. And maybe you don't see it that way, but it is. Even though at the end of the day, you can never stop what God gives me, but I'm letting you know that comes across that way, you know? So he said, "Win, stop trying to spin it to fit your belief." No, am I wrong with what I just said? Am I wrong that you didn't say what I just said you said yesterday in the chat? So yeah, man. It ain't gotta be that personal. Now, if I'm spinning that, then maybe I'm taking you all the way wrong, but that's exactly what you did in the chat yesterday. That's exactly what you were saying in the chat. Now, if you want to respond to that, was that true or not? Didn't you say the Dolphins were favored at plus 2.5? Yeah, well, first of all, I don't remember, but even if I was to concede that and say you were right, even if it is true, you know good and well that's still hating. That's still trying to come between somebody in their bag because you were saying things like, why would you have this guy and stuff like that? So I'm just saying, bro, it don't have to be that serious. It don't. I don't understand the vitriol and stuff like that. But it is what it is. I still love you no matter what. I just say don't make the comment section toxic. People trying to debate football and you over here just keep on trying to throw jabs. If I did something personally, bro, I'm sorry. And if you can't accept my apology, then I'm not sorry. Oh man. You're the one putting yourself out there. Need to take the criticism. No. I don't mind the criticism. I'm just saying the concept. It's like you seek it out. You're looking for me. You're like you watch the show just to see where I'm wrong, so that you can let the people know this. It's a difference. I mean, is because I'm basically trying to help you out and not label you a hater and have this conversation right now. Because at the end of the day, only haters want to point out everybody's flaws and what they're doing wrong to try to influence other people to hate them as well. Only haters do that. I don't mind you coming at me, because what I do realize in my life is haters don't hate me. They hate their reflection. But I'm asking you to throw all that shade in a different direction. You hate what you can't have. You hate what you can't be. You hate that you want mine, but you can't. And that's typically what it is. Winners focus on winning. I always tell y'all that. Losers focus on winners. And I don't want you to be in that category, because you just keep focusing on me. You're not focusing on the content. You're focusing on me. So I'm just trying to get you out of that hater category. If you don't want to get out of that hater category, let me know in the chat right now. We could be good. I know how to handle that. All right. Just saying, bro. I'm just saying. All right. King Dolphin said bars. Yeah. They bars. They ain't even mine. I forgot who the artist was, but it's actually a song. It's actually a song. All right. Haters don't hate me. They hate their reflection. Throw all that shade in a different direction. Hate what you can't have. Hate what you can't be. Mad because you want more. Hate because you want mine. Mad because you ain't me. Winners, they focus on winning. Losers, they focus on winners. All that good stuff. All right. Oh, man. I yeah. Y'all, but y'all know I got a good heart. Y'all know I got a good heart. I try to even give my haters a chance. Y'all know that. You know, I try to make peace before all of that. It's better to, you know. All right. TD with the clean cut, talking smooth. I throw it. Hey, it's an art. It's an art. It is an art. Talking smooth. I throw it. Wow, you got the clean cut. It's an art, man. That's how it works, man. But y'all hit that like button. Let's go ahead and get into the day. We've already said what we needed to say. All right. Keep being UTD fans. Please stop singing. Come on, man. Now you sound like my wife. Every time I'm singing, she like, stop. y'all be hating on your boy, man. Y'all know, man, I should start charging for my vocals, man. Should start charging. Y'all know I'm clean. Antonio Brown expressed interest in coming to Miami. Oh, like, did I have to read that comment? Did I have to read that comment? Antonio Brown. Hey, mama girl. My baby girl around here running around with her teddy bear in her hand. Oh, man. Oh, man. Listen, but yeah, man, Tyreek Hill situation, we'll get past that. I think it's gonna brush itself off. Write the check, move on. Okay. Outside of that, Omar Kelly put an article out recently that I wanted to talk about that was real interesting. I'm not sure that I agree with it, but there's some valid points here, but I want to talk about it. He's basically introducing the possibility for the Miami Dolphins. It's time for the Dolphins to extend Tyreek's deal. Okay. That's what the article pretty much is about, extending Tyreek Hill. Okay. All right. So Hill is slated to earn $20.5 million this season in base salary and bonuses, and carries a $31.3 million cap hit. The cap-strapped Dolphins, who need to clear another $37 million by March 13th, would be wise to extend Hill's deal a season or two, potentially dumping up his present pay rate by $1 to $2 million annually. Wow. And that type of extension could drastically lower his cap hit while securing his services past this season. All right. Restructuring Hill's contract by turning base salary into roster bonus will further complicate Miami's cap issues, not now, but coming seasons, because Hill's cap charge already is $34.2 million in 2025 and $56.3 million in 2026. Restructuring his existing deal for the second time would escalate both those figures, pushing the credit card debt down some more, but adding years to the deal would deflate the cap charge significantly. If the Dolphins added 2 years to Hill's deal and dumped up salary, another $2 million a season, paying him $26 million annually instead of $24 million in real money, the cap charge would drop from 31 to 17 million if he's given a 20 million signing bonus, and the charge would be reduced in each of the following 2 seasons as well. Big receiver deals coming. All right. The Dolphins would benefit from extending Hill now because I just hit the wrong button, took it away. All right, let me get back to it. All right. I don't know why I just exited out, but I can explain to y'all what basically the finish of it was. Okay. Basically, receivers are about to make a whole lot more money. And re-signing Tyreek now would be a huge plus for the team. Y'all give me a second. You gonna say hi? You gonna say hi to the world? Say hi. Say hi. Oh, you want to be shy? You want to be shy? Hi. Yeah. Dada. Kisses. I love you. Yeah. You're not gonna say hi to the people? You're not gonna say hi? Yeah, she getting big quick. She running around here like she run the world. Hey, you the one dropping your toys. You the one dropping them. You can't get mad at me. Thank you. Kisses. I love you. Go have your fun. Just don't get in too much trouble. All right. Yes. Y'all give me 1 second. All right. She gonna do her thing. All right. All right. So yeah, just had to have a baby intermission because she run around here. Now it's time to stop her from breaking everything in my office, pretty much. All right. But yeah, here's the deal, okay? Because I saw somebody in the chat already that said sounds like a good move or would save money. The Dolphins could very well do this, but what's the plan long term for Tyreek? That's the thing that is what this basically is, ladies and gentlemen. This is kicking the can down the road into an uncharted territory that you may not like later on. It can help us make things fine right now, but it's the start of committing to, potential voidable years. And on top of the voidable years, you'll be looking at a situation where when Tyreek is gone, you'll still be paying a heavy price for him, okay, each year. People need to realize Tyreek got a massive contract that averages out to about $30 million a year. So when we're talking about all of this 17 million cap hit and 23 million cap hit and all that stuff, the rest of that money is getting kicked down the road. And then we're talking about giving them a raise, paying them 31, 32 million per year on the extension. Tyreek would be more than happy to take the extension, by the way. The retirement conversations, I don't agree with. I don't think they're real either. As long as the money is there, Tyreek's going to play. He's going to keep on moving it down the road and being an athlete as long as he's still, playing at a high level and minimizing injuries. But at the same token, the Dolphins locking themselves in to this situation could be a tough one that we're all regretting later on. This is just to help the solution now, but it could definitely hurt us in the long run because you're committing to a future that's uncertain. Another thing that concerns me is Tyreek is not a physical receiver, and that's why he's, for the most part, able to stay healthy. But when you use him at a rate that the Miami Dolphins use him, he's going to keep getting these nicks and bruises until the point that he might actually have a serious situation at some point. And he's been relatively healthy in his career for the most part, but I don't know many players at all that have gone through their whole career where they haven't had that major injury like that. And that is where it concerns me because it's almost like you're gambling and you're taking risks because the longer a guy like him doesn't have an injury, the more likely it is that he will. And knock on wood, hopefully it just never happens. But I just think it's a dangerous game to play. It's a dangerous game to play because you're already dealing with the heavy cap hit on him anyway. And Waddle's going to be getting his money coming up as well. So how you're going to manage all of that on the back end could be a scary situation for the Miami Dolphins, but it only helps you in your current situation, which is all people tend to seem to care about right now is helping the current situation. But what I want to see people do is tell me how this roster is going to be better than last year. Let me know in the chat, what is your confidence level on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the most confident? What is your confidence level that when we kicked off the ball in week 1 this year coming up, that this Dolphin team will be a better roster? I'm not saying better success. They may have better success. I don't know. But what is your level of success that this roster, our roster, when it's all said and done, can be better than it was last year? Let me know in the chat. What is your feeling of, your probability, on the scale of 1 to 10, that this roster can be better than it was last year? We got a 6. Color going nuclear. He say 0. Color going 0. Chipu 601 going 4. Mr. Fanatic going 2. Dolphin Don going 5. All right, another 5 by Dave. 2. G going 0. Man, here's what I believe. Okay, here's what I believe. We can have a better roster. It'll screw the next 3 years, but we're not going to go to that extreme. We'll go extreme by doing something like extending Tyreek or something, but not nuclear extreme by extending everybody. Nuclear would be extending Armstead, extending Tyreek, extending, extending all the extensions. We're not going to go that far, but we could have a better roster. The problem is it's highly unlikely. It's highly unlikely. Let me explain. You have to think about, first of all, what you're losing. All right, we're losing Xavier Howard. We know Xavier Howard was a shell of himself. He started to decline in his play. But even with his decline, is there a corner on the roster better? Cam Smith couldn't even get on the field even when Ramsey wasn't in. And when X was hurt, he couldn't even get on the field, barely. So the odds of that situation being better are scary. We know that all these quarterbacks in the NFL are going to be picking on Cam Smith. They're not going to be messing with Ramsey. They're going to be picking on Cam Smith. So he's really going to be tested right out the gate. And if they're making him look bad out the gate, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to sit there and be confused. We're going to be struggling on defense on that side of the ball. And then you're going to need that safety help over there, which means you can't play around in the box like you want to. and do some of the things that you would love to do if you had a guy like, another lockdown guy you put the onus on. So with that being said, that's an issue, right? And then we don't even have a safety opposite of Javon Holland. We're talking about, we need depth. No, we don't even have a starter opposite him. We could go in free agency and get a starter. I doubt that you're going to get a first-round starter. I doubt you're going to draft one in the first round. And maybe you go in the second round, but he'd be a rookie. We don't know what that's going to look like. And if you do go in free agency, how much money do you have to spend on a quality one? None at all. Y'all got to understand, even the money that we're trying to save and restructure and make room for, we're just trying to do that to fill the holes. People think that we're trying to do all of this to go make splashes. Then the Dolphins might make a splash or two. They might go get a top name safety. But trust me when I tell you, there ain't no more than one or two splashes possible on this roster. And these aren't no $30 million splashes. These aren't your $20 million splashes. These are your, we got a little $12 million guy. I'm shocked. We got an $8 million this and that. I'm shocked. Derrick Henry or something. These aren't your best of the best players. And if they do, you're only going to do one of those. So you look at the safety position and you're like, okay, what are they going to do? It ain't like we had elite play back there anyway. But at the same token, you don't have the money to get that much better. And the best you can do is hope that in the draft you can get better. But it's still a rookie. And then you go with the linebacking core. I ain't even got to say nothing. That's been our Achilles heel for the longest. You either got a guy who can stop the run or a guy who can play the pass. But we rarely have a guy that can do both. And that's current on the roster even now. And even our outside linebackers, both of them rehabbing right now. So we don't even know what version of them we're going to get back. See, the fight is just to get as good as we were, not better. It's like almost impossible for us to get better. Oh, we brought back Christian Wilkins. Same, not better. You see what I'm saying? So we're trying to make money to even sign Christian Wilkins or franchise tag him if we can. We're trying to get money to replace Connor Williams or bring him back if we can. We're trying to get money to replace Robert Hunt or bring him back if we can. Do we have money to try to get Van Ginkel back or replace? You see what I'm saying? So all of these money moves and stuff that we keep talking about, it ain't for nothing but to try to bring these guys back. And if we can't bring them back, what are the odds that we get a backup guy like Van Ginkel? A backup. Because that's what he is, the backup. What are the odds that we can get a backup like Van Ginkel? What are the odds that we can replace our nose tackle better than Christian Wilkins? What are the odds that we could bring in another Robert Hunt day one, or are we rolling the dice and, oh my gosh, this guy we brought in ain't playing well? What are the odds that we can get a better Connor Williams? We can get a better all of these, by the way. Make sure that y'all clear on that. But we're talking about probability over possibility. I operate in probability. Possibility is nothing but blind faith. Probability gives you a better chance of being right. That's how I operate on this channel. We talk probability over possibility. We will acknowledge the possibilities, but we will make our decisions and our beliefs off of the probabilities. And anything outside of that is purely gambling. And if you want to gamble, this stream is being powered by BetUS. You can receive a 125% bonus. The link is in the description of your video, and they will give you that bonus for your first 3 deposits, ladies and gentlemen. So at least they're giving you a bonus with your bets. But betting on hope with the Miami Dolphins, you're not even getting a bonus. You're just crossing your fingers. And that's not even to mention the injuries that come into play. So that's the big caveat here with this whole Tyreek Hill thing. I'm going to be honest, leave it the way it is. You want to kick the can down the road so that you can have more money to spend on players to try to even get back to where we were. Not make it better, but get back to where we were. See, people will be blinded, right? They'll think, oh, we brought in Derrick Henry. We're a better team now, but we lost Christian Wilkins. Oh, we brought in Derrick Henry. We're a better team now, but we don't have Connor Williams or Robert Hunt. Now we got to see if whoever we replace him with can open up holes to allow Derrick Henry to be successful. You do not want to deal with the Derrick Henry from 2 years ago where they were chopping him down behind the line of scrimmage on every play in Tennessee. And then we already know what the story is going to be. Derrick Henry's washed. No. Why do we always got to get the players when it's time for them to be washed? No, that ain't what's happening. So if I'm the Miami Dolphins, I've already told y'all what they should do. Because the problem we have as an organization, there are signs right now that this rebuild is heading in the wrong direction. But they won't acknowledge that, nor will they refuse to acknowledge that. They will literally ignore it and continue to try to push through it. And nothing's wrong with that, because you might push through and shock yourself and be like, yes, man, it turned out. Nothing's wrong with that. But there are signs that this rebuild is already failing. Because you have goals every year of progression that you want to achieve. And it's already documented, already stated, even by the general manager and coach, the goals that we set out for last year, we failed. We did not achieve them. We wanted to win the division. We wanted to win a playoff game. We didn't even achieve those things. Those are the basic things just to get in the dance. Winning your division means you're a top 4 team in your conference because, you get a home game for your team in the playoffs. We didn't accomplish any of that. I want the team to reverse this thing and go back 2 years ago. That's what I want to happen. Even if it's with Tua, just reverse it and go back 2 years ago. It would save all of our troubles and we can be excited about the future and continuing to rebuild. It's that simple. And what do I mean by that? I keep trying to explain to everybody we already have a young core, a good young core. I want you to think about the players, right? We got Javon Holland. Okay. We have, I can't include Cam Smith. I just can't for the life of me. I'm supposed to include him in this because he's young, but until he proves something, I can't. I want to go with already proven. We got Javon Holland, right? We got Christian Wilkins, who you need to resign as your young core. You have Zyler, who you've invested in. That's still considered your core, even though he's getting a little older now, but it's your core now. Okay. You have Van Ginkel, who you should be investing in as part of your young core. You have Jalen Phillips, who you should be investing in as a part of your young core. Okay. I can't include Channing Tindall. We failed at the linebacker position miserably. Okay. But we are at 5 young core players, right? On defense alone. Good players, y'all. 5 young core players. Add the offense. Let's conclude Tua, right? That's 6. Achane, that's 7. Waddle, that's 8. Austin Jackson, that's 9. Robert Hunt, that's 10. Connor Williams, when you look at his age, he should have been 11. He should have been 11. Y'all can disagree with me all you want. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't mind Eichenberg playing center. That's 12. Eichenberg, in my opinion, is not an elite center. He's not a top center, but I feel like Eichenberg is a center that you can survive with. I actually don't even put Eichenberg in the category of Channing Tindall and Cam Smith. And Cam Smith, I need to be careful because it's unfair for me to go all in and say he ain't working out. I can't. I give Fangio a lot of credibility, but I'm a little skeptical. I gotta see with my own eyes his production on the field. But I also can't include him in anything. I can't include him in anything. Alec Ingold, that's 12. That's 12 right there. But when I stop right there, you have 12 guys under contract in a young core. That's phenomenal. Now you pick up from there. Now, what if Cam Smith does work out? 13. That's 13 right there. Channing Tindall, we 2 years in and he ain't getting no shake. I ain't including him in the what if he does until he proves it. That's 13 right there. And we're talking about young core because we try to field the 22 starters on the field. But if you got 13 guys that's in your core, yeah, I hope Tindall's a beast. M. Dreezy, I hope he's a beast, but we got to wait to see, right? You know, we got to be fair. We got to wait to see. But when you got 13 guys in your core out of 22, and that only leaves nine positions, tell me what team in the NFL has 22 players on offense and defense that are all legitimate. And when I say legitimate, I ain't saying the best in the league, but you feel good about them in their position. It ain't a single team in the NFL where you're like, man, I love this guy in that position. No, every team out of the starting 22 players have at least 5. I mean, it's probably between 5 and 10 players on every roster where you're like, I would love for us to upgrade there. I ain't talking about because they're good, but they can still be upgraded. I'm talking about, man, we have to upgrade there, man. This is bad play. Every team. Look at the Chiefs. They right and left tackle ain't good. But they deal with it. So with that understanding, y'all got to realize, let's go on the low end of 5 instead of 10, right? You got 13. Every team got to deal with 5 guys like that are just in position. That's 18 right there. Now you just need 4 more guys that you can find in the draft over the next 2 years. Try to find 2 starters in the draft this year. Try to find 2 starters in the draft next year at those key positions. What are those key positions? If I'm the Dolphins, let me explain to y'all. I bring Brandon Jones back because although he's not elite, let him be one of those 5 that we can upgrade, but every team got to deal with something not being good, great on the roster, because at least he knows his job and he plays well. He just doesn't, because in Flores' system, he looked like a really good guy. He was a really good safety in the box, run stopper, doing all of that stuff. That's who he is. And the problem is fundamentally we've changed schemes, so some of these guys aren't even fits anymore. And that's where I'm telling you, we got off track with the rebuild because the whole schematics changed. So I would bring Brandon Jones back. So let me field the 5 first. I would keep our 13 young core, right? Now here's the 5 that I would live with. I would live with Brandon Jones. That makes 14, right? You got to give Channing Tindall a chance, so that makes 15, right? Who else would I stick with? Cater Kohu in the nickel. That makes 16. Now we got to go to the offensive side of the ball. Our tight end is just the way our system is anyway. That's 17 right there. And one more player on the team that I stick with. That's it. That's it. I'm not going to stick with 5. I'm going to stick with 4. Y'all help me in the chat if I'm missing anybody that aren't great, but they do contribute on the team that's worthy of sticking with, that's young, by the way. I'll give y'all a minute. Maybe y'all can help me because I don't want to miss anyone, so I can show you the picture of how I would do this thing. David Long, the position is too important. That's why you got to deal with Channing Tindall. But that's the position you really need to hit on in the draft. He's a run stopper. I don't like him in the secondary. Brooks is a backup. We're talking about like starting 22. How I would stick with the young core. I already got Tua. Already got Tua on the roster. So I think it's fair to stop right there. Those guys I would stick with. Instead of 5, I'll stick with those 4. And now I need 5 guys I got to build through the draft and find and build my team. No Baker, no, stop. Y'all stop with the Baker stuff. I already got HN. Not Bradley Chubb. No. Okay. So here's what this would do with the Miami winning this direction. You sign your young core. You bring back those other 4 guys for now, right? And I'm telling you, it's still a solid team. It just ain't like you got to think about what this team is without. It's without Teron Armstead. It's without Jalen Ramsey. It's without Bradley Chubb. It's without Tyreek Hill. It's without David Long. It's without Deshaun Elliott. It's without those 6 players right there, because those are, if I'm not mistaken, are pretty much the starters that fill the holes that I just mentioned. Okay? And because Van Ginkel is technically a backup, right? So this alone is still a 9-win team like this. Flores proved it, right? Even without those guys I just mentioned, it's still a 9-win team. Flores already proved it. And this 9-win team has players with more experience who understand how to play in the NFL better. They've already grown as players now, a lot of them. But it's still a 9-win team. It's already been proven. So now, guess what? I don't have Teron Armstead $16 million. I don't have Tyreek Hill's 30, right? That's 40. That's 46 right there. I don't have Bradley Chubb's 20. That's 66. I don't have who else did I mention? It was 6 guys I didn't mention. Tyreek, Armstead, Chubb. I don't have Ramsey's 20. That's 88 million. That's 86 million right there. Y'all see where I'm going with this? That's 86 million right there. Right? I don't have Deshaun Elliott, David Long, the smaller contracts money, let's just say $6 million worth. Basically, I'm shedding $90 million worth of cap space. Right? But let me back up, because Deshaun Elliott and David Long aren't under contract anyway. So waive that out of the equation. So $86 million. I just freed up $86 million worth of cap space, and I still got a 9-win core. I still got a 9-win core. And I just cleared up $86 million in cap space, right? Now, Waddle's going to take up 25 of it. Let's go ahead and do our math now. Waddle's going to take up 25 of it. All right, so that brings it back down to 61 million right there. Javon Holland's going to take up about 17 a year, I believe. If they do anything more than that, that's ridiculous. But that's going to bring it down to about around 45 million left. Christian Wilkins is going to take up about 25. That's going to bring it down to 20 million left, right? And Connor and all of those guys, they're going to eat up all the money. But the way the contracts are going to be structured, the Miami Dolphins will still be able to have a situation where they have at least $30 to $50 million every single year in cap space, because they're not going to front load any of these deals. But this is why you go right back into the draft and you start picking your left tackle at number 21. You get your left tackle at 21 to replace Teron Armstead. You go in the second round where you want to try to get the value that you need. And this is a loaded wide receiver draft. You go get you another wide receiver in the draft to go with Waddle in the second round. And then for the rest of the draft and those later picks, you just literally blitz one position as heavy as you possibly can. What type of position do you blitz? Maybe you want to go draft 3 middle linebackers and just have a shootout on who can be the best linebacker in camp to take the position. Maybe you want to go bring in 3 corners that can compete, because this is what you got to do. You got to play the odds game, because everybody miss out on gems in the 5th, 6th, and 7th round. Well, maybe you need to just focus on one position in that round, and your odds of hitting on at least one out of those 3 increase drastically. Instead of going one there, and 1 year and failing in all 3. Finding an A-chain is rare, and we hit. Look at all of Greer's past late draft picks. Tell me the 5th, 6th, or 7th rounder that Greer done hit on outside of A-chain, really. Some of the best teams in the league find guards, linebackers, defensive tackles in the 5th, 6th, and 7th round that end up being really good long term. So stop trying to pick, oh, I like that player, I like that player, I like that player. Pick a position, blitz it. Give me the best 3 guys at that position in the 5th, 6th, and 7th round, and let's bring them to camp and see who can break out. Your odds of one of them hitting are a lot better than picking one of those, and picking another position and missing on all 3. My bad. A-Chain was a higher draft pick. I don't know why I keep mistaking when I think about drafts. I keep mistaking A-Chain, him with Darnell Coleman and Jared Dokes. Larnell Coleman and Jared Dokes when we picked them late. Jared Dokes. I don't know why I keep thinking about his draft pick and mixing that with A-Chain. So he never really hit in a late round unless it's an undrafted or Van Ginkel or Nick Needham, and those guys sometimes don't last long. But Andrew Van Ginkel's the only one? I want y'all to think about it. Is he the only one? Is Andrew Van Ginkel the only one in the 5th, 6th, or 7th round we could remember? And hold on, y'all saying A-Chain was 2nd round. No. A-Chain was 3rd or 4th. Let me look it up. Y'all, I think y'all tripping on that 3rd round, 2nd round stuff. Hold on, y'all confusing me now. A-Chain. 3rd round. A-Chain was 3rd round, not a 2nd round. Oh, y'all saying it. Okay, yeah, he was a 3rd round pick. Okay. So this is what I would do if I'm the Dolphins, because and guess what? We're not in any cap trouble. And you know what's the crazy part about this? If we do this plan, here's what I want to show y'all if we do this plan. The biggest benefit, y'all give me 1 second. Let me just. Sorry, that was the wife. You know the beautiful thing about the plan that I'm telling y'all to go ahead and keep building the team and scrapping all that other stuff. Everybody that I just told you, like Christian Wilkins, Waddle, and Javon Holland, you can front load their contracts. When have you seen a team front loading contracts? They always back loading it to try to afford the team they bringing in. In this scenario, you can front load the contracts. You can front load contracts now. And now you go in the draft and you get players to fill these other positions. And you might still only win 9 or 10 games as you build. But next year, that second year in the draft, guess what? Whatever you bring in, you should be competing in the playoffs to have a deep run. And once that's over, the new rebuild is done. 2 years. And now here we are. And on top of it, we got an answer on Tua. We got an answer then on Tua if it was worth it or not. Right? So then at that point, no matter what you do in year 3, you got all those contracts front loaded. Now on the back end, they got small cap hits. And now you go out and get your free agents. Now you go start replacing some of those 5 players that you dealt with for the moment. Now, like, teams never do this. They don't get ahead of it or in front of it. They always what they do is they go for the Super Bowl too early in a rebuild. That's what teams typically do. Let me prove it to you. How long should a rebuild be, guys? And what people need to realize, there's different kind of rebuilds. If you already got a young core on your team, then you're starting in the middle. It's actually not a full teardown. What Flores was doing was a full teardown where they got rid of everybody, got rid of all the talent. There was literally no talent on the team. Like literally today, you got 2 or 3 players from a 53-man roster that was here 4 years ago, 5 years ago or whatever when Flores first started. A full reset rebuild is supposed to take 4 years. A typical rebuild, where you already got some players, it's supposed to take 2 to 3 years, depending on the circumstance. But a full rebuild, like we were doing when we first started with Flores, was supposed to take 4 years. We stopped after 2. And we start spending heavy money in free agency. What you're supposed to do is build your entire team through the draft. And then your money is so good because you did that now you're picking which players you want to replace with big money. Not filling holes with big money. You're picking which players you want to upgrade. Teams don't do it because they see the opportunity, and they start spending. So what did we do 2 years ago? We saw that opportunity and we started spending. We were still 1 year in the draft away. All those Tyreek picks and all that stuff, we should have been bringing players in. We could have had another 2 to 3 potential starting players. And don't get me wrong, us losing those draft picks, hurt us with this, the NFL taking away picks too. But our team would have been in a way better situation. It took the Texans 5 years. And it only took them 5 because they had to first recover from the mess they started with the Tunsil thing, getting rid of all their capital. Otherwise, it would have just been 4 for them because they did a whole complete reset. Now, are they going to rush it? Because I feel like they still got 1 more year to build through the draft. And the year after this year is where they should be picking players to replace players, not fill holes. Lions are, you know what? The Lions are a perfect example. Building through the draft every year. And look at the Dolphins getting their scraps, the Deshaun Elliott's of the world and stuff. The Lions, they're a perfect example. You're right. Building through the draft. They're on like year 3 or 4 of it. And they're getting better and better. Now they should be spending the money. And they got about $60-something million to do it. Yeah, the Lions. And their team is already going as far as they've been going, you know, and they still championship round and they still got that kind of money. Yeah, they did it right. Greer panicked after the Flores situation. And I get it, because at that point it was like, we got to do something right away because this ain't looking right. And then we had offensive success and we're like, yeah, but we bought it. We didn't build it. We bought it. That's the problem with this Dolphin team. We didn't build this roster. We bought it. We built half of it, then we start buying the rest. When technically, when McDaniel came in, we should have built it for another 2 years. And I'm telling you, we would have been in a much better situation today. We would have had guys that, like I want y'all to think about this. When you look at Ramsey, when you look at Tyreek Hill, when you look at Teron Armstead, right? And you look at Bradley Chubb, those 4 guys alone, what it took for us to get them from a monetary standpoint and a draft capital standpoint, what did we give up for Chubb? What did we give up for Chubb? Man, I'm over my hour. I'm only supposed to do an hour a day. I'm going to have to continue this. I guess let me get into it quick. First rounder for Chubb, first rounder for Tyreek, a second rounder for Tyreek, and some later picks, right? Ramsey, what did we give up for Ramsey? Let me look that up. Jalen Ramsey trade. Let me look up. What did we give up for Ramsey? Was it a second or a third round pick or something like that? Third round, 77. Let's see here. No. For a Ramsey to the Miami Dolphins for a third and Hunter Long. Yes. All right. So a third round pick, right? So I want y'all to think about that. 2 first round picks, a second round pick, a third round pick, and some later sprinkle rounds for Tyreek. The 2 first, the second, and the third alone, those 4 players plus the money, right? What do you think we could have had for those 2 first round, 1 second, and a third? And we understand that Greer ain't the best drafter, but come on. Even if we would have only got 2 of them right, that would have been a part of the rebuild, and those guys would have been making peanuts right now. We might have had our other corner. We might have had our other left tackle. We might have had our other receiver. We might have had our, you see, our other defensive end. Even if you only hit on 2 of those picks. And then and then you look at where we are now, we would have been able to spend the money now to replace versus, you see what I'm saying? First round pick, running back Chase Edmonds in 2024. Oh, I didn't know we gave up a 4th round pick too for Chubb on top of the first. So you see what I'm saying here, though? We panicked. Instead of continuing to rebuild, we start paying. If we would have just hit on half of them, which is highly likely, look at the situation we would have been in. We wouldn't have been talking about money right now. Chubb wouldn't have existed here making $20 million. We would have had a guy that was making 3, 4 million, 2 million, something a whole lot lower, depending on which draft pick. And we would have plenty cash with a young team. I digress. But that's what we did. We panicked and we spent money instead of building. We start buying. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll continue this conversation tomorrow. I'm over my hour for the morning show because I got other things I have to take care of. Thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully y'all follow me on what I was trying to say here, because that's what we're dealing with. And that's why I feel like we can still get right back in the ring. We can still continue where we left off, but going down this path is destruction, in my opinion. It's just blindly, like it's, but I think they have to now, because anything less than it, they have to. They put themselves in this situation, and we got to deal with it as fans and hope that we could be a good team that could win a Super Bowl. It's that simple. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out. Also, I did start my new podcast on Monday night, 10 p.m. I have a new podcast, The Tony Dow Show. Make sure that you guys check that out. Yeah, we talk politics and all that other stuff. If that ain't you, then don't come over. All right. We do all that. We talk current events, current news. On Monday, we talked about the Fonnie Willis, Georgia District Attorney situation. We got an update on that on the show tonight for the podcast at 10 p.m. We also talked about the Cam Newton jumping. We talked about immigration in our country. We talked about all those things. If that's your cup of tea, make sure you come through tonight at 10 p.m. on the Tony Dow Show. All right. Go check it out. Just type in TonyDowe SHOW, and you'll find the Tony Dow Show. First episode up, and the first sub episodes are up as well. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. I'm out.